Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article comes to you guys from fortune.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So, this is a very, very interesting article. This is where recently or not too long ago, Mike Sievert gave a speech and he discussed how he took or how they took T-Mobile from a $6 billion valued company to $195 billion telecom giant. And I think now the market cap is well over 200 billion, like 205, 207 last I saw. I could be wrong, but that's the last I saw. And he says he's pretty much saying you got to take a lot of risk, you got to bet on yourself, and you have to be good at storytelling. And that's what I believe makes T-Mobile exciting. They're very good at storytelling. So even though some of the moves that T-Mobile makes, if Verizon made those same moves, it would be like, oh, Verizon's buying another company, or Verizon has the money, they can do it. That's what it would sound like. But when T-Mobile does it, they tell you a story. Oh, we're going to buy US Cellular, and we're going to supercharge and build out even more in rural America. Now, of course, some of you are saying that's just his regular corporate spill to get the deal passed, but it sounds exciting, and it's a story that people can get behind. Just like they're telling the 5G story, the network leadership in 5G, the fastest, largest, that is all storytelling. And they have figured out a way to do it effectively that makes the business successful. Successful leaders embody three traits. They're innovative thinkers, they lean into their strength, and they're masterful storytellers. Those are some of the three things that he pointed out at the speech. And like I said, I'll leave a link to this so you guys can check out the rest. And he's right. He has to be an innovative thinker. He has to think ahead of the competition now. The networks are closing in. They're closer than ever before. Backtrack even 5 years ago. I mean, we're 6 months away, literally, from 2020 being 5 years away, or 5 years ago. So even 5-10 years ago, T-Mobile just did not stack up well at all. They had lots of issues. They were growing, but when you really dug deep, I mean, the reliability, redundancy was absolute bottom of the barrel. They had no shot at any rural customer. Business, I mean, small business, they did well there, but if you went to a Fortune 100, Fortune 500, they wouldn't even think about T-Mobile. That is today a very different story. And even though T-Mobile is still behind the competition a bit on scale, right, the size of network, they're still able to grow successfully. They've now made an entrance into the enterprise side. You guys have seen the recent articles. So it's working. What T-Mobile is doing is working at the end of the day. The storytelling, the risks, right? They took a risk on T-Vision. That didn't work. It failed. But they took a risk. They wanted to see how it works. They went into 5G home internet. Boom. It's been a very successful new business for them. It's monetization for the extra capacity that they've put on air, which they were going to invest in that anyway. The pre-merger plans showed us that they were going to invest like $40 to $50 billion in the first, 4 to 5 years into the merger. Pre-merger, that money is now spent, and now T-Mobile is monetizing that extra capacity by selling FWA. And per some rankings, right, some studies out there I've seen recently, T-Mobile is still ranked number one, most satisfactory non-fiber internet. So it's just simply working. No matter how you talk about it, spin it, twist it, it works. The innovative thinking, The 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 storytelling, it's working. The marketing, the go-to market, everything that they're doing right, getting in front of 50,000 more screens through Uber. And who knows what else they're planning. They have a planning period well ahead of what we see publicly today. That's what makes T-Mobile different and so exciting from the competition, in my opinion. Okay, US Cellular, T-Mobile, okay, that's good. What's next, right? People are already saying that. What's next? Let's see the fiber piece. Okay, you got the fiber piece. Okay, what's next? What else are you doing? Right? That's always a question. And when you think about that, like with AT&T and T and Verizon, it tends to get pretty boring. Like, Verizon is buying another player. Okay, cool. Verizon is buying TracFone. Cool. That's what I hear from people that I speak with every day that are average consumers. They are not tech enthusiasts. They are not wireless enthusiasts. They are just average everyday people, and that's how they discuss. Now, thinking about T-Mobile, it's more exciting, right? They try to be the fresh younger brand, so T-Mobile doesn't really need a rebrand, and now or a refresh, and now they're just looking to take that brand, that strength, and they're trying to get some of the the more premium customers, the bigger enterprise. They take that same excitement into that segment, and it's bound to be successful as well. So I wanted to share this article with you guys this evening. Just wanted to talk about that briefly. Mike Sievert is going to be a successful, whatever his tenure is at T-Mobile or ends up being as CEO, it's going to be successful. No matter how you view the guy, they're working on the redundancy piece. There's more generators going to sites. They're building a bigger coverage. FWA. I mean, it's different for everyone, but they are doing it in a very successful way, and it's working. And the reason you can't really dispute it is because of the numbers. The numbers are factuals, right? They're growing free cash flow. They're growing margins. They just raised price. We'll see what the churn reflects on that. But everything else, the company is heading in a very, very successful direction. And if there are some things that are wrong and are negative still today, they are likely very well on their way of fixing them. Right? There's been some questionable moves recently, but the fact that T-Mobile did those moves, there must be a reason for it. So they saw something they didn't like, they corrected it. Was it the right correction? Likely not. But will it lead to super huge churn? That's going to be the big question, right? Speak with your wallet. That's what people say all the time. So you have to see how that ends up being. Like, is it going to hurt them in the long run, or is it going to help them in the long run, right? So I think it's going to help them more than it hurts them on a lot of those moves. They just have to go through with it. They need more money, like I said, for future spectrum auctions, network build, fiber that they're now very well getting into. That's no longer a secret. They're going to get into fiber at bigger scale. We will hear more on that early fall, and that's going to be very interesting, so we have to stay tuned. But I look forward to more storytelling from T-Mobile, see what other moves they do, and we'll see the outcome. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.